I'm trying to prevent a war here.
It ain't preventable.
So y'all just sit and watch.
You look like you had it figured.
Thanks for the help.
What's his name?
Spencer.
Yellowstone universe expands once again with yet another prequel series. And the announcement came from the most unexpected source ever. So let's talk about it. Since you are watching this video, I'm guessing you are already hooked on the Yellowstone universe and is currently watching 1923 Season 2 every single week. Well, if you keep up with my channel, you know that I'm also obsessed with the series and do my research thoroughly when it comes to it. So it makes me proud to reveal that in a couple of weeks, the series will announce the brand new Yellowstone series, 1969, through a flash-forward scene that none of us has expected. If you go to the show's IMDb page right now, specifically to the Season 2, Episode 7's casting, you will see a character named Spencer, 1969, and you know exactly what this means. It means that we will watch 1969 version of Spencer Dutton in a brief but impactful scene. Not only this spoils that Spencer will survive 1923 Season 2 and be the grandfather of John Dutton, but also announces that the Yellowstone universe will welcome a brand new prequel series setting in the year of 1969 very soon. Now, as you all know, prequels are the way to go when it comes to Yellowstone universe expansion. They all started with 1883, a brilliant miniseries that explored the origins of the Dutton family in Montana. Then we moved into 1923, which is about to wrap its story up in the upcoming weeks. We also know that 1944 is the next one, as it is already announced and in the pre-production stage right now. The thing is, in between 1883 and 1923, we got multiple flashbacks referring to these series, especially in the Yellowstone original series. So it is not something new for a Yellowstone show to announce a new spin-off series through a flashback or a flash-forward scene. In this particular case, the episode that will announce 1969 is titled A Dream and a Memory. I don't know about you guys, but to me, this suggests that the so-called flash-forward scene might reveal itself as a dream more than anything. In fact, do not be surprised if you see Spencer seeing his future self in a dream in the episode. Plus, this episode is expected to be the one that Spencer finally reaches Montana. So it might be a good indicator of what can we expect from the future of the character and, of course, the Yellowstone Ranch itself. We know that Gerard Sanders will play the part of 1969 Spencer in the episode. You might remember him from the first Iron Man movie, in which he was starring as Howard Stark. Of course, this is likely to be a temporary casting, because even though Gerard is absolutely a good actor, we know very well that Taylor Sheridan loves casting A-list actors such as Kevin Costner or Harrison Ford as leads in his shows. So feel free to fight me in the comments, but I doubt Gerard would make the cut for the new series. By the way, if you like this video so far, make sure to leave me a cowboy hat emoji in the comments below and like and follow for more, because I cover the Yellowstone universe like no other. Anyway, now that we know how and when the new show will be revealed, let's talk about what can we expect from it. First and foremost, we know that in 1969, John Dutton will be a 10-year-old boy. So we will explore his childhood through this series, focusing on his relationship with his father, being raised as the future patriarch of the family. Now, will Spencer truly be his father, or will it be Jack? Well, that's still a tough question to answer, and I guess we won't have a clear answer until 1923 Season 2 ends. That being said, the way this question is being answered changes the trajectory of 1969 completely. Because if Spencer is not the father, it likely means that he is not living in the Yellowstone Ranch. In fact, do not be surprised to see him back in Africa. Since Alexandra is pregnant, though, this might mean that there is yet another Dutton family line in a far corner of the world, which is crazy to think about. Either way, it is clear that we will focus on John Dutton's youth and how he is shaped as a character at the time. And of course, all the social events and transformations at the time will have an immense impact on him. For instance, we know that rodeos were huge back then. Winning a rodeo wasn't just about the prize money at the time, it was about respect. Being the guy who could stay on the meanest bull or rope a calf in record time gave you serious standing in the community. And of course, barn dances were dominating the social life as well. So do not be surprised to see little John trying to become a cowboy while joining barn dances in his free time. While ranching life stayed rooted in tradition, though, the world outside was changing fast. And of course, Montana wasn't immune to it. For instance, we know that the Vietnam War was casting a long shadow, even out on the range. Young men from ranching families were being drafted, heading off to fight, and coming back changed, if they came back at all. To no one's surprise, ranching communities were fiercely patriotic. But still, the war created this quiet tension. So, it is likely that one of the Duttons will be drafted in the war, and we will witness their trauma through it. It is also likely that we will witness different views over the war clashing within the family, with lots of political discussions, which is something that Taylor seems to be delving into more and more in his shows. At the same time, the civil rights movement was reshaping the country. While Montana's population was overwhelmingly white, the conversations happening in big cities about equality and justice were spreading there as well. And of course, the sexual revolution was also starting to make waves even in the most conservative corners of Montana. Women on ranches were already tough as hell. I mean, we already know this thanks to Elsa Dutton and Kara Dutton, but by 1969, more women will start to push back on traditional roles. In fact, it is likely that in this new show, Dutton women will start to work outside the ranch, talking about birth control, and questioning why their lives had to revolve solely around raising kids and managing a home. So, expect lots of feminist themes ahead. Plus, there is a high chance that some hippies will enter in the Yellowstone Ranch as the counterculture movement was in full swing at the time. We know that long hair, rock music, and anti-establishment attitudes were starting to show up in small towns. And let me tell you, that didn't sit well with the old-school ranchers. So, it is likely that the Dutton patriarchs will not enjoy seeing Little John being impacted by these cool young rebels. We will also witness new technologies such as television entering to the rancher's life in 1969, which is very exciting to think about. But nothing excites me more than watching a new Yellowstone prequel show through the perspective of Little John Dutton. Let me know what you think, though. For more weekly updates and analysis on the Yellowstone universe, make sure to like and follow. Meanwhile, the video on the screen might also interest you.